So the other night I was trying to play random packs in customs, and I played maybe 15 games and just got destroyed. I think the best I could manage was about 8 wins. And it's not really surprising. Random packs were tough before. I think they're even tougher now. But I did have one game that I was really enjoying when I ended up with an early level 3 iguana. And it made me want to go back and give the push team another try. The team that involves shuffling the opponents as many times as possible at the start of battle and sniping them with the iguana. So iguana was changed to tier 2 recently, which I don't think it makes a huge difference for this. In fact, it's probably a buff overall, because you're not going to have difficulty finding it if it's on tier 2, but it also gets a damage boost to compensate for the moving up a tier. So now at level 1 the iguana does 2 damage, so at level 3 it's going to do 6. So that means you can start sniping stuff without actually needing pineapple. You know, at level 3, and before iguana was doing 3 damage, so a level 1 eagle or a level 1 saber-tooth is going to spawn a unit with 5 damage, 5 health rather. Same thing goes with a level 1 deer spawning a 5 HP bus. Without pineapple, the iguana just couldn't snipe it. So I decided, yeah, let's just go for a build that is a little bit less obnoxious in terms of the number of pushes we're going to do. I think last time, and I will link that video in the description, I think last time I had Panther and then Wolverine as well. And let's just try and do this without too much damage boosting on the iguana, and also a relatively small number of pushes to begin with. And the main reason for that is that eggplant, which is the way to gain access to push on any unit, has been moved from tier 3 to tier 5. So instead of getting it on turn 5, we have to wait till turn 9. And look at this. This is actually a very funny round where I massively ruin this team's lineup. But the fact that they've got 1 big unit plus level 2 kangaroo means that we only tie. Which is kind of sad, but oh well. I think here, yeah, I see the double owl, but I don't really have space. I also want to have flycatcher in the team, because another reason for doing this was that prior to playing the random packs, I'd been trying to record something else, and I was just facing like 5 summon teams in a row in the late game over and over again. Turkey, Spinosaurus, it was just chronic. Every single team was a summon team. And I really wanted to see a push team just absolutely dismantle one of those summon builds. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to try and do it with Starfish as our only scaler. I had a few different options in this pack, but I get the Starfish here on turn 5. So yeah, let's give it a try. Probably buy selling straight away with only a level 1 Starfish isn't worth it. But I really don't like hard rolling for the level up. It would have been nice to have found a crow as well on turn 5, but we didn't get it this time. The seahorse and the iguana are relatively disruptive as well anyway, so hopefully we can maintain some hearts while we look for the other pieces that we need here. I guess, yeah, the question is, what are the other pieces that we need if we're not going to go Panther? This is actually another very depressing opponent with the triple penguin plus garlic swan. Garlic is is really just crazy in the early turns. So we pull the blobfish, we'll buy sell the stoat, maybe we get another starfish, but we don't. We can buy sell marmoset and then roll again, and we get another stoat, which is nice. And there's a crow. Thankfully the starfish is very kindly avoiding hitting the units that come out of the stoats. Always frustrating when that happens. But with a little bit more scaling, we should be starting to compete with some more teams. We need to get past these initial opponents who are all mostly just playing scaling, because our team isn't going to do much against that. But now in turn 9 we get access to oyster and then also zebra. Of course we can only get oyster on the level up at the moment, but very soon we'll be able to find them in the shop, and then the starfish really starts to come into its own. We'll take a couple of cows as well. just to bulk up the tier 1 and 2 that we're trying to use to carry our build here. Here's good old Neville Banks playing Peacock every single game. I wonder what Neville's going to do when Peacock inevitably gets nerfed. And this is just an incredible shop. Look at this, triple zebra with level 2 starfish on board. So we get a massive injection of stats here. And although our stats are probably not going to compete with genuine scaling teams, the main benefit of statting up the units is that we're going to hopefully survive snipes from opposing teams a bit more often. And a lot of those snipe teams are quite fragile. So we have a decent chance of winning after surviving the initial barrage. And this is just the perfect type of opponent. Team that's pivoted into Turkey. They've got multiple deer, they've got stork, and then the flycatcher and iguana are just sniping in tandem, and we get the win. And I think here I'm probably going to go straight for the level 3 starfish, or am I gonna, okay, because we have a platypus I can actually do a buy sell here and then still have the gold to bring in the poodle or the stingray at the end. So we'll take stingray and the sock. And I guess crow buy sell is worth it since we're going to be getting plus 3/3. So here's a scaling team, and we really wanted the melon unit to lose the melon there from the flycatcher snipe. It didn't work out, but luckily the starfish had 12 attack at the back, so we are going to tie there. And now we get eggplant in the shop and an oyster, so we can do a bunch more buy selling here. And plus 3/3 coupled with the buffs from the zebras is very good. And I think I'm going to save the mongoose and then potentially get one of the other toys next turn. And for now, I think maybe just take tapir. I like tapir at the back. Is it doesn't make a lot of sense if you're playing a summon team, but I think soaking up a snipe and then also summoning another unit that could potentially tank a hit from Cobra or Snake or something, or even Octopus, is actually not bad. Another team that has a summon unit, but a fairly weak squad overall, so we're not going to see too much action from the flycatcher and iguana there. And another flycatcher in the shop. I think I'm going to start buying eggplants now when I see them. We'll give it to the starfish first since it's not doing much else. And then freeze flycatcher. We can just run the double flycatcher for a turn. I think, yeah, I was going to take the potato on the seahorse there, but I think I would rather just wait for more eggplants. And this is really funny. I'm not sure if I've ever had this before where I matched up with someone who was going for the permanent coconut setup. So the idea there is you transfer the coconut onto the parrot via the gorilla, and then you have the parrot copy the seagull. So I hope that person managed to get that team working, because it's one of the most satisfying things you can do in customs when it works out. Not that it works out a whole lot of the time. And a common build you see, the big unit up front and then 4 weak units behind. But now that we've had the level 3 starfish for a couple of turns, the seahorse can actually compete with the big unit at the front of the opposing team. So we'll buy sell another stoat. Would be great to get oyster, but we don't get it this time. And eggplant definitely. And there is a mongoose. So we don't trigger the starfish with it, but probably just take the television. Unfortunately, I can't really take the peanut or coconut there because it will actually overwrite the eggplant beforehand. Love to see elephant blowfish team getting demolished by seahorse. Although there are often requests for more elephant blowfish teams in the comments, so I'll probably have to do another one fairly soon. So yeah, now we can upgrade the iguana with the pineapple. Probably not worth it really, but it would probably just be better to have another eggplant, because another push could be another melon or pepper or coconut removed from another unit. Stoat, on 4 gold we can buy sell stoat and then still buy something else. I think the starfish may actually be on a perfect record here where it hasn't hit any of the units from the stoats. in a single turn so far. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this is delightful. Level 3 shark team, level 2 secretary bird as well. And the iguana plus flycatcher are just going to go ham. The shark is going to build up to be very big indeed, but it's not going to matter because the rest of their team was dismantled. So I think, yeah, there is a panther in the shop here, but I had already resolved that I wasn't going to take panther. I just wanted to have a slightly different team. And since we don't have Wolverine either, it is quite different to the one that I had last time. Luckily here we get a nice oyster in one of the empty slots. So now I'm going to take Donkey and then give it an eggplant. Assuming the Donkey survives that, will give us an extra push during the battle. Unfortunately now we are into the turns, the late turns, so it's very common to run into teams like this, the almost full level 3 team with the gold pet and the scalers. No surprise that we're also encountering many opposing seahorses. Very common for seahorse to be kept from the beginning. Here I'm not sure I should have bothered trying to level the iguana there. I should have just gone straight for level 2 donkey and then swapped the fig for the eggplant. And yeah, okay, I'm going to top off the seahorse to 50 health. So we need a favourable matchup here, and it's actually a summon team, although it is mole. We pull the Spinosaurus and then end up pushing it very far to the back. And the sturgeon, which was out of position, then gets pulled to the front, but the iguana and flycatcher remove all the summons and the donkey is left. So I think I maybe actually had my order wrong there, but thankfully it worked out and we took the win. So push definitely isn't dead even after eggplant was moved to tier 5.